Hey guys, welcome to Let's Play Final Fantasy VI. Last time, the Three Stooges dragged us into Cyan's dream, which has this really cool filter of like oil, oil in a puddle or something like that. The rainbow effect. I think it looks really cool. It even plays off in battle, which is awesome. But when we go through this door that they were guarding, we see that this dungeon is not over. And interestingly enough, it seems to be focusing, after the initial part, on some of Cyan's less happily remembered memories. We have found the Phantom Train one more time. Ghosts and all. In order to get this treasure chest, you need to hit this not once, but twice. And we get another Genji glove. In this area, there is one new enemy and a bunch of repeat enemies from places we've seen before. Just to go over once again, level 40, Suriander, weak to Pearl, uses Sleep. Samurai, level 40, weak to Poison, uses Instant Death. And Barbie is level 39, weak to poison, uses mute, susceptible to MP killing. Now, we want to get rid of Samurai first and foremost. Oh yeah, by the way, one of the other things you could have used to inflict all those status effects against the enemy in the previous episode there, Sour Mouth, it unleashes pretty much any status effect in the game, so there's that. Alright, and what we got? Rasp, you, and you're weak to Pearl? I think Pearl alone, right? Yeah, Pearl alone. Unfortunately, that I do not have, and you are not susceptible to instant death. So, throw random spells at him. Shadow can throw a ninja star if he's still alive. Don't sneeze me out of the battle, I'm trying to learn spells. Alright. Shadow's going to take care of that one on his own next time, so he doesn't get a chance to counter. There is one new enemy around here. What? Hey! Hey! This switch activates some of those chests. Memorize the positions. The knowledge might save you. Well, it's not difficult to figure out what to do with a lump of metal in this situation. And here's the new enemy, Rain Man. These guys, I believe, are weak to ice. If I remember correctly, anyway. Level 39, weak to ice, pearl, and water. They use sleep, have auto float. You can either MP kill them or inflict instant death on them, or just do that. I'm already on Rasp, so we'll try that. They don't have a lot of HP from what I remember. Yeah, not much to worry about there. I don't even remember what these guys do, to be quite honest, but they fall down quickly, so there's that. And here we get a flame shield. There's not a lot of treasure chests in this area, just a few. I think there's only 2 more, actually. Those should be in this room. This room contains a puzzle. Maybe we'll give them a chance to actually do something this time? Should I? Should I give them a chance to do something? Not you, you inflict instant death. We'll let the Rain Man see what they do. They miss. Okay. What happens if I use Sour Mouth on them? I don't even know what they're susceptible to. But Bad Breath is a good thing against enemies, not against me. Well, susceptible to Muddle and Seizure. That's one thing off the bat. They use Flash Rain. I think this is Lightning Elemental. They don't have a lot of HP, so they should die pretty quickly. In fact, I think if I hit them one more time, they'll probably die. Oh, I was wrong. Oh, they have access to Bolt 3. Okay. That's a thing. Let's finish off you then. And since there's only one left, go back to the Ice 2 spell, finish them off, I guess. At least you kind of saw what they do. That's the thing, is effective strategy in this game means that most of the enemies don't get a chance to do all that much. So, like, with the boss fight in the previous episode, I basically didn't get to do, or like the enemies didn't get a chance to do anything because I disabled all of them before they could. They have a number of attacks. One of them has Whirlwind. Some of them have some more powerful stuff. It doesn't matter. You should have all these spells. You can just destroy them really fast. Hell, if you bring Sabin along, he can bum rush one of them and take them down to like almost no HP left. Anyway, here is the puzzle. You're going to hit the right switch. I don't know how that block is in the way, but the left switch, the right switch again, the middle switch. So yeah, there's the middle switch, the right switch again, and finally the left switch to finish things off. That gives us access to that treasure chest there. Oh no! Enemies! They've surrounded me! However will I possibly survive? Probably the same way I survive everything else. Throw out Ice 2 spells, throw some Ninja Stars, not have to worry about it. They actually succeeded in casting Bolt 3 against me last time, and Magic Evade kicked in, and they didn't hit me. So, yeah. Enemies not particularly difficult around here. They do hamper you by giving you only 3 party members. And surprisingly for Cyan side quest, you don't use Cyan, which is kind of weird. But at the same time, the enemies aren't much of a challenge. There's a half-hidden chest here with an X potion. And this contains an ice shield. Now, I believe the thing was like so. Once you're done setting those up, go up here, hit the switch, and if your pattern is right, the door will open and we can move on. Other than the fact that we're back on the train, unfortunately we don't get the nice music again. I don't really need to use that because I've just been using Osmos, but we'll throw a Cure 2 spell out, why not? And if you remember when we were here before, the pattern there is the same. If you do it correctly, you instead end up in Narsh? Hello? What? Cyan? What are you doing here? Cyan? Oh, I can walk on top of him. Being chased by, like, the sentry guys from Narsh? Or, from Vector, sorry. Interesting. This is different. I don't remember anything like this before. Here, you can run into some new enemies, and you still have access to your spells, but why would you use it? All the enemies around here are weak to Bolt. We have a free Bolt Beam spell that one-shots everything on characters with a decent magic stat. And, yeah, so Pluto armor, let's see here, level 39, weak to Bolt and Water, susceptible to instant death if you're not dealing enough damage. And Strago finished off Tri-Talk. Alright, I switched up my, who my lead character was to show something off a little bit later. And, well, you'll see why that switching up party members, whoever's in your lead right now, will be fun in a minute. Wait a minute, this looks familiar. Wait a minute. Haven't I been here before? Well, keep running around until you find this guy. This is going to be important for later. Io is one of the more interesting enemies here. Level 39, weak to Bolt, Pearl, and Water. Nulls Poison, Wind, and Earth, susceptible to instant death. More important than any of that, well, I guess kind of not very important, 66% of the time, he doesn't do anything. Like, on his turn, he has a 66% chance to do nothing. It's kind of weird that way. But he can be encountered on the Veldt and teaches Ga a very powerful rage that if we'd gotten much earlier in the game would have broken a lot of things. And it still can break a lot of things. So make sure you at least run into one of them. Wait a minute. All the rooms look the same. Screw this, I'm out of here. Now, the idea here is we're trapped in Cyan's mind, looping around with his fear of machines. And once you realize that you're going in circles, you can cut out. And just go backwards and figure it out from there. Hello? Save my husband. Save Cyan. Inside Cyan's soul. Also, the other translations use mind and heart, I believe it said. Continues to torture himself. He failed to defend Doma. World is slowly dying. And what happened to his family? Pretty much everything still haunts him. Beast known as Rexella is taking advantage of him. It's latched on. Rexella is a composite monster made up of wretched spirits who are dispatched in meaningless wars. They're hurting Daddy. Gotta help him. I can do that. Please save Cyan. He doesn't deserve this. And for some reason, coming out of the menu, switches up the music from nothing to Cyan's theme. Anyway, you can still run into enemies around here. But let's head on out here and take a look. Battles are still dangerous around here. But you do want to pop over here to get a little bit of background on it. A little more practice, you'll be Doma's best fencer. Gotta go tell Mom. There are 3 of these scenes that take place over the course of this area. One of them is over on the left, one on the right. Part of your training. Well, that change is doing real quick on that one. The other one is back inside. And because of how long this area is, that's why I've given the sprint shoes to Shadow there. Just wanted to speed things along, not run into 17,000 battles. A warrior does not speak of such things, huh? Okay. Loveth. I don't know if I've ever heard that being referenced before, but I guess it fits in with Cyan's little quirk. Stupid little kid. Well, apparently, even though we're in Cyan's soul and we've encountered some of the things he likes the least, some of the things he does like are still here. And we're walking again. That should probably tell you something. Rexella and Cyan. Too late. His pain has reached critical mass. Nothing can stop his feelings of rage or despair. Grows stronger. His anger, hatred, and guilt. I hunger for me. Well, that's definitely a thing. I'm gonna possess your body. Wouldn't you go after the soul since that's what you did with Cyan? I'll only appear in this form again when you're about to expire. This is literal. You have to now target, and there's no way of knowing which character he's possessed. You have to randomly target your characters and inflict them either with death, or like kill them, reduce their HP, inflict petrification or zombie in order to bring him back out so that you can then deal with him. The fast and easy way of dealing with this fight is to cast X-Zone. Because when you cast X-Zone, the game doesn't see the guy... What? Excuse you? That was extremely weird. The game doesn't see the other guy on the battlefield anymore, or the main guy, Rexella, and just outright ends the battle in your favor. However, the main guy, Rexella, is supposed to have a drop, and you're not going to get it if you fight the fight that way. So let's go over the fight properly. Rexella, level 53, 23,066 HP, absorbs fire and pearl, weak to ice. However, has an absolutely massive magic defense stat of 220. Most enemy stats are not anywhere close to that high. When he is on the field, he will basically just cast Bolt 3. These other guys cast some other spells. We're not particularly worried about them. So what we're going to do is we want to target our characters with things that will hopefully identify where Rexella is hiding. The best way of doing this is with the break spell. Because if it's only the break spell, all you need to do to revive from full HP is just throw a soft on, and you're 100% ready to go. Now, sadly, with our magic block, we might block this a lot of the time, and if that's the case, then I'll have to do something else that, like throw a shuriken, because that is not, like it's unblockable, and it's not susceptible to any of that. And of course I have really bad luck, so let's go for one more time. Now I've put Realm in the front row, given her the offering, as well as a hero ring, and equipped her with an ice rod. And the reason why I'm going to do that is so that she can target, hopefully the guy in the back, and deal some decent damage. Hopefully with an Ice 2 spell, guess not. That's fine. Throw Blizzard Swords. Now, these guys will indeed cast Reflect, and then he'll bounce his Bolt 3 spells off of them onto us. But at this point, it doesn't matter, because he's almost dead anyway. Let's go... one of the other things you can do around here is something that pierces his magic defense, like Bahamut and Ice 3. Yeah, he set up Reflect on the other guys. So I'll show you. Did I finish them? Okay, yeah. The other ones will just revive if you kill them. They are called Soul Savers. So level 41, 3066 HP. They are also weak to, or absorb fire and pearl. They are also weak to ice. And they are susceptible to instant death, as well as petrify, berserk, muddle. Yeah, once you kill him properly, you get a pod bracelet. Not that that's any good. It's basically auto, shell, and safe. But we have Marvel shoes, so that's basically useless. But at least, you know, you can bet it. And what do you get? You get something decent from betting. I think it's a hero ring. So we'll bet the ones that we have to get more hero rings, because hero rings are fantastic. Now, here's the thing. This is why I did this earlier. In the dungeon, when you are controlling Magitech armor, if you switch whoever your lead party member is, it saves the information of them having Magitech armor in their sprite. But when you come to this part of Cyan's stream, it only removes it from whoever the active lead character is, and so I gave it to the other two characters and kept switching around, so it didn't unload it, and it kind of botches out part of this scene. But I thought it was funny, and it's another glitch in the long line of glitches in this game, so I figured I'd show it off. Wife and children, you mean your son. Good job. Good job, Woolsey. Voices finally gave me the strength and courage to come to grips with my own suffering. Mina and Shun. Couldn't do anything then, and I can't now. Man without honor. You have entirely too much honor, which you could also say. I don't know if this theme particularly matches this situation well. I believe this is the song called Martial Law. It's fit a number of situations, you know, dilapidated villages in the world of ruin, places actually under martial law in the world of balance. But here I don't think it fits. I would have preferred a different theme. Preferably a variation on Cyan's theme, as we saw in other parts of the game with other characters. I think that would have worked better, but maybe they ran out of time. I don't know. Will always be at your side. Ooh, Magicite. Oi! And they still have the Magicite. Nice. Your wife and son live on in your heart. Must leave the past behind me. You do have much to live for. And you have a job to do. Cyan's soul cleared itself of all doubt and confusion. Swordsmanship attained its peak level of skill. What that means is he is automatically set to learn all of his sword techs. Now, we already had these ones, but if we didn't, he would have learned them all. Quadra Slice is a combination of Dispatch, barrier piercing damage, and Quadra Slam, which is a 4-hit attack. So it basically does Dispatch 4 times. It is really powerful. It ignores barriers. It's very, very good. Takes a long time to charge up for. Pretty worth it. Cleave. Now, I don't have the stat sheet in front of me, but I believe Cleave has the highest hit rate of any instant death spell in the game, and this targets all enemies. You do have to charge up for it for a long time in order to use it, but it is really, really useful. You can basically set other characters up to cast spells, and then have him as the last character to act. Then charge up for Cleave while everyone else is already doing their attacks, and you're pretty likely to kill anything that's susceptible to instant death. So that's pretty nice. There is one enemy that I did not run into in this area. It's in the Magitech section. Level 40, Sky Cap, weak to bolt, wind, and water, has auto float and auto seizure for some reason, susceptible to instant death. There's nothing particularly special about that. All of the enemies in the castle section were all repeat enemies that we'd already run into. And surprisingly, the Esper is in the real world too. The Magicite Alexander. Now, Alexander is nice because it finally teaches us the Pearl spell. The other ones we've already had access to for a long time, but it's nice to finally get access to Pearl Elemental, even though we've had many ways of dealing Pearl Elemental damage since we got Sabin in the party a long time ago. So yeah, that's pretty much all we can do here in Cyan Sol and in Doma Castle. That's why people were talking about demons in their sleep or waking up and finding demons or whatever when they were talking about Doma Castle. But yeah, it's pretty much all there is to do there. In between times, in between episodes here, I'm going to head back to the Veldt and I'm going to run into EO and learn the ability or the rage for that one so I can show that off. EO is really, really good. You could also, if you haven't yet, pick up Nightshade. We've also ran into an enemy called Punisher. You could pick up that. It has Bolt 3 and Auto Haste. If I see it, I will get it. If not, I won't worry about it. Wooly is an enemy we could have encountered in Gogo's domain. You can still go back there and check. It's just got a hugely rare encounter rate. It has Ice 3. It's a very defensive rage. It's actually pretty good. It's got Auto Float, absorbs ice, lightning, poison, wind, earth, water, and is only weak to fire. Actually not too bad, but it takes way too long to get, and in Tangier with Mute is pretty much as good, if not better. So I'm just going to stick with that. Then next time, we have a couple more things we can take care of. Then after we do a couple of small little quests, we have the big one, the Tower of Fanatics. We probably won't get to that next time, but it's coming up real soon. Anyway, that's all for this one. And I'll see you guys next time.